In late 2020, Jeff Bezos became the first person to reach a net worth of over $200 billion and currently stands as the world's wealthiest individual. He's known for his trademark laugh, the Amazon empire, and Blue Origins, among many other things. Today, he's become a paramount figure for anyone looking to study leadership qualities that it takes to lead and succeed. Now, recently I picked up my pre-ordered copy of Invent and Wander, written by Walter Isaacson, which collects a lot of Jeff Bezos' work into a single book. I provided an Amazon link in the description. Isaacson begins this book by, wait a minute, where's my copy? Hey, can I borrow yours for a second? Thanks. Isaacson begins this book by first comparing Jeff Bezos to some of the greatest thinkers of our time and concretely suggests that Jeff Bezos ranks among them. Then he goes on a brief story about Jeff Bezos' earlier life and how he became to be, and then talks about how he segments this book. So here I use the hardcover ears to partition off the segments for you. The first part's the introduction that Walter Isaacson gives us. This middle part, which takes about like 2/3 of the book, is simply just the annual letters of shareholders that Jeff Bezos has been writing every April since 1997. And you can actually find it on the Amazon Investor Relations page, which I linked in the description. Lastly, this segment right here, part 2, is just a collection of different speeches or writings outside the letters of shareholders that give you more insight onto how Jeff Bezos thinks and more of his methodology. Although I found that 80% or so of this second portion just came from a David Rubenstein conversation, which I have linked in the description as well. I think this book would be amazing for people who want all the information in one resource. Also, maybe in a little bit more concise way than going word through all the resources. However, this book might not be for you if you've read the essays of Warren Buffett and we're expecting a little bit more substance. I mean, it's kind of a hard comparison to make because this is 50 years of Warren Buffett versus 30 years of Jeff Bezos, but I definitely think there's a lot more substance and efficiency that was made from this book than of this one, because a lot of the resources were just cut and paste from here. All things considered, I'm thrilled with my purchase of the book. If I were to change anything, I'd probably throw more of the 10K information and more of the numbers alongside of it, so we don't just see the letters of shareholders, but maybe some of the growth of the company as well. I also wrote down some salient features of the book that I really wanted to share with everyone. For example, during the dot-com bubble, Amazon's price dropped 80%, to which Jeff Bezos started his letter with one word: ouch. Reasonably, right? However, if you look at sales went from 1.64 billion to 2.76 billion. Profit was up 125%, cash was up, and then they received the highest score on the American Consumer Satisfactory Index and did it for multiple years after that. I mean, like, all the signs were there. It was really cool to see. He talked about how the vast majority of his investment decisions came from maintaining present value of future cash flows instead of an appearance of good GAAP accounting, which I thought was intrinsically the right idea and really cool to see that he was thinking in the right direction. I mean, obviously, right? I mean, who am I to say he was thinking in the right direction? But there was a quote that I really liked about decision making, where he said decisions should be made at 70% instead of 90%. He said that if you wait till 90%, there's an obvious cost there. You waited to get to 90%. Whereas if you made a decision at 70%, he thought that the cost of being wrong was actually a lot less than you would think. And if you're able to correct it real fast, it makes it even better. Lastly, I just wanted to say that he thought that senior advisors on the team were very surprised by the lack of financial conversations. He said that most of his interest was on controllable input and efficiency. I mean, I can go on with all the details I want to bring up, but I don't want to spoil it for everybody. Again, I'm really happy with how the purchase came out. If I were to go back in time and know what I know now, I probably wouldn't purchase the book just because all the resources were free, and I like to go detail by detail. However, knowing what I know now was well worth the cost of the book. But if you enjoyed this book review, make sure you like that smash button by stalking our subscriber count and Liberty Bell that notification icon to stay up to date on all our newest videos. We have unique ones where we go through a Robinhood stock portfolio journey to teach people how to calculate and communicate their performances. We review YouTuber portfolio updates to show you that maybe their math isn't all the way there. We do like fact checks, and we also cover a lot more financial topics. So that's all, and thanks for watching.